documentary photographer Lisetta Model has created a niche in street photography with her honest, energetic portraits. She ignored the rules of shooting, cropped the frame as large as possible, unceremoniously, bringing the heroes of her shots. The model photographed idle aristocrats in Nice, blind beggars on the streets of Paris, broken townswomen of the Lower East Side enjoying the life of bathers. Joy, sadness, piercing loneliness, life itself, its nakedness, sincerity, cruelty and mercy are concentrated in her portraits. Lisette Model, the full name of Eliza Amelie Felicie Stern, was born in a rich mansion in Royal Vienna. His father was a successful Italian-Austrian doctor of Jewish origin. His mother is a Catholic from the southeast of France. Lisetta received a decent education at home. The girl knew 3 languages. She was professionally engaged in playing the piano. Her teacher was Arnold Schoenberg, thanks to whom she became acquainted with modern European art, made friends with many avant-garde artists, and was carried away by the work of Gustav Klimt. People like Lisette are said to be born with a silver spoon in her mouth. But the girl did not feel happy. She recalled her childhood and youth with restraint. There was a conflict with his father, which caused an emotional breakdown. Lisette withdrew into herself. Deep, honest, she wanted to express her thoughts and feelings through art. The model admired the power of the expressionists, in particular Klimt's close-up style, when the energy of the image literally breaks out of the canvas. After moving to Paris in 1924, she continued to study music, taking singing lessons, but soon moved into the painting class of the artist André Lotte. Her colleagues on the easel were Henri Cartier-Bresson, Georgy Goynagin-Hun, who at that time were also studying with the artist. It is noteworthy that André Lotte, without knowing it, brought up a whole galaxy of iconic photographers, including Lisette Model herself. The girl's interest in photography was awakened by her sister Olga. She handled the camera well, understood the technical aspects. Lisetta bought her first camera, a photographic enlarger, and decided that she would become a technician in a darkroom. She changed her mind after several lessons and valuable advice from Olga's friend Roga André. Rogi was then married to André Cortez and was a photographer herself. "Photograph only what you are interested in," she called on Lisette. Rogi taught the girl how to use her first Rolleiflex camera, infected her with her enthusiasm. Visiting her mother in France in the summer of 1934, Lisette grabbed a camera and ventured to shoot one of her most famous series, Riviera. In these pictures, lazy, haughty aristocrats are captured while relaxing on the Promenade des Anglais in Nice. Expressive photographs were immediately published by the communist magazine Regards. New York newspapers literally latched on to these shots, rewarding them with the epithets greed and boredom, arguing why France fell. The model was outraged by this attitude. Later, she would tell her students,
"I was not a social critic or a moral philosopher describing the decline of modern Europe. I showed the people on the Promenade des Anglais exactly as they appeared before me. See what happens when you expose your work to the public? Forget that you will have the last word."
But the loud resonance did not frighten Model. Betrothed to a Parisian constructivist artist, she moved to the United States, since both spouses were Jews and it was not safe to be in pre-war Europe. In the US, Model fell in love with the rhythm and energy of the big city. With a camera at the ready, she climbed alone into the most unsafe areas, explored the entire Lower East Side. She was attracted to Coney Island. She liked the eccentricity, the grotesqueness of the locals, their naturalness, love of life. She was not a format photographer. Model's first work for Harper's Bazaar was a picture of a large woman bather, who, with her hand on her hip, poses like a diva with great pleasure. There is so much life in her figure, so much self-love. This photograph is strikingly modern, although it was taken in 1940. The model did not seek to humiliate a person. She wanted to show that in the diversity of life its authenticity and wealth. For some time, Lisetta Model actively collaborated with magazines, was a member of the New York Photo League. In 1941, her first exhibition, initiated by the League, took place. The photographer's career was hampered by the FBI's accusation of collaborating with the Communist Party. Allegedly, through his sarcastic pictures, the model makes fun of American society. To stay in photography, she had to focus on teaching. Students remember with what inspiration she taught photography. Among her students was Diana Arbus, who was close friends with model all her life. It was the audacity inherent in model's shots that helped Arbus discover the courage to shoot what she was really attracted to. Thus, circus freaks, strange alienated people, a phantasmagoria of human society arose in the frame of Arbus. The model taught Arbus not to self-censor her pictures, to shoot what really attracts, to let out secret worlds. Lisetta model taught until her death at 82. Literally a few days before her death, she gave a lesson to students. After leaving, hundreds of negatives were found in her home, which she left unprinted. In the last years of her life, the photographer continued to shoot. Undeveloped works include a series about San Francisco hippies, photographs of old people in a nursing home, and portraits of her husband. When studying the negatives, the researchers of her work only confirmed that many of the characters were captured by the model in full growth. But the photographer mercilessly cropped her pictures, focusing all her attention on the human figure. The firmness, the nerve of her portraits goes off scale to this day. They tell us that life is imperfect and therefore beautiful, that the chronicle in the faces is the most honest evidence of human existence.